And I'm back, chat. Hopefully you guys are doing fine. Okay, I think we're going to do one more today. So we are going to look at I'm Not David. Let me just get his review code real quick and read whatever he had to say. He had nothing to say. It is just a Rein Monkey 3000 PC mod view. So let's just hold on, let me do that.
Traveling to Numbani.
I'm not David. And this is the last one for the day. We are looking at I'm Not David, number 12. Rein attack here is not ideal, but you can definitely make Rein work. The way you play Rein is you clear the high ground, right? You clear this high ground. You take the rotation all the way through here, you clear the high ground, you give your team the opportunity to play on that high ground, especially when you have like hit scan, it can be really good. Like playing with McCree is really good because of that, but even just to chase the enemy is pretty solid. But here, Monkey is really good on first point. Like if you can play Monkey, I would definitely recommend playing Monkey on this first point because of just how good he is. Don't push main, just start pushing to the high ground. Most of your team, keep in mind, are going to be doing their own thing. Right? You're basically going to be playing by yourself with Diana behind you. D.Va will probably be trying to keep the people alive and go aggressive. She could also be playing with you. Both are fine, but my guess is that she's going to go aggressive with your dive DPS. Echo is going to be flying most of the time, or playing around corners and being aggressive and whatnot, and Doomfist is just Doomfist. So Julian really is, don't worry about what your team is doing. Just worry about playing in line of sight of your Ana. That's the only thing you have to actually worry about. Two people are dead because your team just engaged without you. Which again, can be on you. Like, you started going forward, right? But then you just stopped. You were like, you didn't know what to do, and while you're wasting time, the enemy is just killing your team. This is not a big deal, but right now, basically, you've done nothing. It's a too long than red, and we've already lost the fight. It's not entirely on you, like your DPS are going very aggressive, without a tank to back them up, but also you're just doing nothing. You play defensive because your team is not here, you hold the corner, you have an Ana to heal you, which is fine. And this is the point where I'll just be looking to re-engage, just stabilize, like yeah, play behind the boss, get your health, get your shield back, and then you can go aggressive again. Get your health, get your shield back, get your health, get your shield back, get your health, get your shield back. Again, don't play with your team because, well, you have a McCree now as well, rather than an Echo. So you have a little bit more of a team play mechanic, where McCree can play with you. That's an unlucky anti. But this should be better for you, because now you can play with your McCree and your Ana, rather than just with your Ana. You could have charged that Mercy, by the way. But right now, this is the biggest problem with Reinhardt. They are not holding here. So your value is, I'm gonna try to hold point with my shield, and you should be shielding your McCree from the Pharah. But that's basically all you can do for your team. Good fire strike. Maybe put pressure on the enemies who are here. That's a good charge as well. But shield those, shield the mines, okay, good. Save your Ana is 1 HP to your left. You could have saved your Ana, she may still live. No, she doesn't. You could have saved your Ana. And this is kind of what you do in this comp, you want to contest the point for as long as possible. But the problem with Rein is that, yeah, you can contest the point for a little longer than like a Monkey could, but the Monkey has the mobility to go otherwise. So again, how should you be playing this? Well, clear the high ground. If clearing this high ground is not an option, because they also got like very mobile heroes who will just get out, try to chase behind them, right? You can take this, go all the way around, through inside and try to clear the Ana, because this is basically the only person you can get to reliably. If you can get all the way here and the Ana drops, you can chase after her, and she doesn't have the mobility to get you out of your range. But other than that, you cannot really do anything but contest the point against them, because you have no mobility. You can maybe protect your McCree a little bit, and that's about it. Just hoping that your McCree will kill the Pharah every time, which will not happen every time. Like, even for Shatter, you've got your ultimate, you cannot really use it on anyone. If you have the chance to use it on one of the tanks, just take it. Like, I would just shatter that monkey. I would shatter the pal-grabbing ball to your left. Oh no, he's above you. I thought he was just to your left. He is actually just to your left. No, he's to your right. The shadow confused me. Okay. And you just die. You don't die, but you should have died. And you do die. Because again, the problem with playing Rein is that, especially on this point, you can't do anything. You can shield one direction, but when you got Soldier, Pharah shooting from above, Soldier, Pharah, Wrecking Ball, Monkey, Lena, you're just fucked with Rein. That's why at least if you take this path, you can shield this and they only get like 2 angles on you. And you can play here and you can buy space for your McCree up here, but this is basically just praying that they will not kill you. Because even the monkey and the ball can roll through, the monkey can take an angler here, you can just play here if you never push far enough. Too long to read Rein's path. If you're gonna play Rein, take the high ground. It is basically the only place where you can avoid being basically exploded from all directions, because again, just if you put your shield this way, then yeah, they've got several directions still, but you can block all of them with a single shield, and maybe then buy your team time. If everyone's shooting at you, then no one's shooting at your team. And if no one's shooting at you, you can either be like, okay, going to take space for my McCree, or just buy time for my McCree. That looks like a decent bomb. Yeah, that's a great bomb. I just noticed your mom versus my mom. You're finally taking the high ground. A little late. This is a decent shield. Again, Wrecking Ball can't really kill you. You're better off just just chasing him off and then shielding your... Same goes for the monkey, just chase them off. Shield your... Well, not shield, of course, you can't shield them. But get rid of the tanks. Play with your team. Because this soldier, I don't want to say he died because of you, but your rotation was very, very slow. Like, look at this. And this may just be because he didn't wait for you, but by the time you get out and start doing anything, your soldier's already all the way here. And even here, rather than playing with your soldier, just go away. By the way, just shatter. Again, if you see a tank like the Wrecking Ball, just shatter the Wrecking Ball. Who are you going to get here? Mobility, high ground, flying. Literally impossible to shatter multiple people. Just take your tank shatters where you can get them. Monkey has bubble right now because she just got rest. So don't use the shatter now, wait for the bubble, but of course just... What did I just say? Don't use the shatter right now because he's got the bubble. You're just dead, this is just a lost fight. Charge someone, try to get value, but yeah. Do you swap monkey here? You do. Yeah, again, Rein is just not good. I think you just swap monkey to get back. But this may actually be the swap that wins the game for your team, because now you've got mobility. You can go on Diana, you can go on the soldier, you can maybe even pressure the Pharah. Or maybe your DPS just kill everyone with a dead eye, I don't know. Like, that's a decent bubble. That's a great sleep, we don't want to wake him up. That's a good kill. Now they have one less tank. Just play defensive, because again, you are taking a lot of spam damage. You're just about dead, I'll be honest. Like, I'm glad they are not shooting at you, but don't ever do this. You're jumping in with 100 HP, or 150 at the time. You should be dead here, and you will likely die. You don't actually die, which is good for us, but you should have been dead there. Like, a single shot from the soldier is all you took. Hey, hold on. Let me see if I can... If he were in a better position shooting at you, you will be dead. If Diana got a shot on you while you were... Well, another shot on you while you were jumping, you would be dead. If she was looking at you right now, you would be dead. Or at the very least, like, 1 HP. She can get you down to 40 HP, which is very, very low with another shot. If the soldier was trying to kill you and just rocketed right away, you would be dead. Your bow doesn't come out until now. You could have died to the soldier as well. So never take these engagements. Just, I know you were like, I need to dash the point. Just drop with your bubble. So that you have your leap to get out. Because you can drop with your bubble, trigger overtime and get out. Or just walk out. Get the health pack and come back in and leap if you have to. But this jump was just very risky. And I know, again, you had to dash a point. We understand that. You were just like, I have to dash a point here. So you were like, okay, I'm just going to jump onto the point. But that's not necessary. You can just drop to touch the point. And if you're here, the soldier has a harder time hitting you because of this. And after you trigger overtime, you just go back and get your health back and then come back in. And of course, you can just drop your bubble as soon as you get it. This could have gotten killed you. This could have gotten you killed so easily. Good feeling for your Ana. This should be a kill on the Wrecking Ball. They even use Barrage, which is silly. You chase the soldier and we should win this. Yeah, we do win this. It's just a monkey and we win this. And you can see how it's a lot easier to create threats with the monkey than it is with Rein at this point because of all the verticality. Usually, even if you play Rein, you need a hero that can contest the high ground. Like Diva or Wrecking Ball or Monkey himself. Okay, so we've gone to the whole first point explaining why Rein is not that good and the rotations you want to make with Rein. We also looked at a little bit of the monkey engagement process. Also, wait to get full health. Your Ana is only now coming back because she got bad spawn. So either wait for your Ana or get your Mercy to heal you. Like the fact that you had to use the soldier health pack really shows how desperate you were for health. And the Mercy was moving point. And the Ana is on point. You could be getting healing off of them. Okay, this is fine. You're planning for a counter dive, I imagine. Don't ever do that. You basically just gave up your position for free. How are you going to contest their monkey? I guess you can drop your bubble anyway, right? But oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. This is you. You have to use your leap to commit to the monkey. Ideally, you would not have to use your leap to commit to the monkey. And you would have it now. So you can go out here. You can drop. You can be like, okay, who am I going on? The soldier? Okay, I can go on the soldier. But you cannot because you don't have your leap. Here, wait for your healing. Pick your healers more often. You're playing inside. If you come out here, your Ana is trying very hard to heal you. But she cannot see you. Just come out. Play in line of sight of your healers. When you're playing the monkey. Always keep it in mind. Don't jump the soldier with 200 HP. Because he will kill you. Like here, if he has the rocket, which I assume he does. He will soon. And he gets the mini, which I hope he does. No, you get the mini. Good job denying him the mini, but he could have gotten the mini. Still, this is a suicidal idea. Yeah, he just kills you. This is suicidal. Don't jump in without HP. Play, like, with Monkey I can already tell you. Play in line of sight of your support so they can heal you. And don't go places where they cannot heal you. And don't jump in without full health. Because those will let you live for longer. Your plan with Monkey is go in, live, get out. Go in. Disrupt the enemy, so they have no choice but to commit cooldowns or attention and damage at me. Then just get out and, well, win. because you're creating space. You can counter type this monkey if you really want to. Just don't use your bubble, just jump in and try to get him to leave. I'm not against this either, and you're meleeing when you're landing, which is good, but you're not gonna get this kill. This is basically just a soft type to try to create space, which I'm okay with, and you are in line of sight of your Ana to heal you, which is fine. Where are you going? Okay. We are just waiting. I guess you are staging to step on the soldier. If you don't... If you're not getting healed, just for healing. Don't just wait. Great kill, Diana. Sorry, I just yawned. Wait. So you finally engage, and again, you engage missing health. Is this a bad engagement? This is not a bad engagement. This is actually a pretty solid engagement. I think this time... I just want to double check. I think you didn't melee before you landed. Yeah, you didn't melee when you landed. Here you could have meleeed the Ana for a little bit of extra damage. Also, if you hold space when you jump, you can bounce a little bit further as well, which is something you didn't do. This should have been a kill. Melee, just melee the Ana, who is at 15 HP, melee the Ana, and you do 30 burst damage. And you just kill the Ana. You go for the melee late, which is unfortunate. And because you don't have HP, you engaged with like missing 100 HP. What you get in later. Oof, that's such a bad connection. I'm sorry, I'm not user. Have fun though. Again, you engage with very low HP, with like 300, which is low for Monkey, who's got... it's basically half HP at this point. This is good disruption, but you could have probably done it without your primal. Still good disruption, like I cannot deny that. And we do cap the point with that, which is solid, and again chasing the soldier is fine if he's low HP and you've got your team. So, thus far, what have I noticed? You are taking engagements by yourself. And a lot of the time you are not getting healed, either because you are too far away, or just not close enough, like out of line of sight. That's not too bad, like you tried to kill the Pharah, she just pooped you away. That's fine, you chased the Pharah out anyway, which is good job. Just wait, the payload's moving, just wait. There's not a lot of places to stage on this third point, like on second. Yeah, you can take the high ground. Oh, fuck, I went in a circle. There we go. On second, you can just take the high ground, you can make a staging key over here if you want to as well. Like, from here you can drop on either side, from up here you can drop, from up here you can drop, from up here you can jump as well. You have a long jump here as well. From up here you can drop. There's a lot of staging on first and second, but on third you don't have much high ground to stage. So Monkey, like I said with Rein on the first, Monkey is really good for first and second, not as good for third. And Rein is really bad for first, okay for second, and pretty good at third, because it's just basically a straight line to the enemy. Like this is the only flank, and it's not a great flank. You can argue this is a flank, but this is very easy to watch. So with Rein, you can just do this. And I guess this is also a flank, but again, because this is your angle, this only becomes a flank once you turn around the corner. You're trying to chase the Mercy, but... Here, you use your bubble, I don't even know why. Hey, hold on. You start chasing the Mercy. Why do you use your bubble? I guess because Diva? But that's your Diva? So I was like, are you trying to protect yourself from the Monkey? With your bubble? This is not a good bubble. You're not isolating anyone, you're not blocking any damage, you're not doing anything with this bubble. And you don't chase the Mercy either. I'm probably going to... Okay, you get saved by Diana. Don't... Never go for the tanks as Monkey, because you actually do very little damage. Any tank with armor, you do 30 damage per second. This is nothing. Good melee before landing, that's good. But you're still just going for the tanks, like, go for Diana, go for the soldier. Like, take a look around you and go for them, rather than just, oh lol, tank, I go on tank. Like, what's the reason for going on this Monkey? There is no reason for going on this Monkey. It's not like you're counter diving either, because they don't actually have dive DPS. They only have Monkey and Ball, who both have damage that goes to your bubble. You can maybe use it to isolate them, but even then you're not really isolating them. You're just using it to protect yourself from damage that is not even coming. Good bubble there though to block the barrage. Again, don't go for the tanks. Like, you have Soldier, Ana, and Mercy, but I don't think you knew that Mercy was there. She's just coming back. So why are you going for the Wrecking Ball, for the Monkey? Stop going for the tanks. This is good. Good job. Is this bubble good? Yes, you are cutting them off from the team. They can no longer do damage to your team. This is a good bubble. Good bubble, good engagement. Even if you don't kill anyone, that's pretty solid. The Mercy is 1 HP. You primal because you're very low. This is good. You annoy the heck out of the soldier and you're doing pretty good. Your primals have been solid, I would say that. Your primal mechanics are pretty decent and you just barely managed to get a soldier, but this should be a free cap. Okay, good job. Other than your bubbles not being too good and you going on the tanks, your Monkey mechanics are like... Your mechanics in Monkey are not too bad. The biggest problem is definitely the bubble that you're wasting sometimes, and your engagements that sometimes are on the tanks and sometimes you're just not doing them. Or you are doing them with no HP. But, yeah. Oh, how do you play Monkey here? The idea is that if they make this rotation, as soon as their tank takes a step too far forward, you go in, you cut him in the middle with both you and your bubble, and then maybe your McCree can deal with the tank if the tank rushes to McCree, and you stop the entire rest of the team. If they come this way, you just drop on top of them. You can even start like, even this is a pretty good starting position. Because when you come around the corner, you can tickle them, and if they come through the high ground, you can be like, okay, I'm going to back out a little bit and go on them. But this is not bad, it's just a little bit more exposed, I saw. Which the Pharah is using to damage to you, really. At this point, we probably call the Widow. I'm not too against that, but again... Wait, is this your bubble? No, this is his bubble. Never mind. I was gonna say, why did you drop your bubble? Because I went third person and saw blue, but never mind. You don't need to drop your bubble, this is fine. Now you could drop your bubble to protect from the far above you, but good kill, good peeling, protect your McCree, kill the Monkey, good job. Here, the only reason I'm telling you to drop your bubble if you want to, is to block the Pharah damage so we can dive the Pharah with the Diva and maybe kill her. Because you are taking damage from the Pharah, and we basically have a semi-1 fight. It also helps your McCree. Where's your McCree? Oh, he's beneath. But it will help your McCree to, well, hide from the Pharah and be able to do damage to the Pharah. Get out, don't ever do that. What's the idea here? I'm going to touch the hook. Even then, just drop. You don't want to contest a Roadhog. Again, tanks are bad for you. They have a lot of health, you do very low damage. You are never gonna kill them. They all do more damage to you than you do to them. Tanks are the worst thing to go on. Unless like a Rein or a Zarya or a Monk or a Sigma is like 200 HP. Then just ignore this because you are just taking so much damage because you are in this high ground. That's your fault. Never do that. Like even with the bubble, this is a bad idea. Just drop. And if they drop to contest, you can just come back up. take this high ground and drop again when you have to, and keep doing that over and over and over. But staying on the high ground will usually get you killed, like just happened. Okay, you're just coming back. That Pharah is decent, not the best target. The best target is this Ana over here. Let's see if you see her. Even then, like, probably that's right, don't commit, like, too hard into it. No, you just go for the Widow. Who's got Pharah, Mercy, Widow. You are not going to kill this Widow, no matter how much you want to, because she's got the Mercy healing, she's got the Pharah damage. She's not by herself. This Ana is by herself. This isn't a free kill. Just jump the Ana and you kill the Ana who's by herself. Here you got 1, 2, 3 people. Even with the bubble, you are not gonna kill them. Mercy, the Widow just gets away. The Pharah just does damage and gets away. And the Mercy is going forward, which is, you know, good for us. But yeah, you don't have any way to follow up either. Like, are you gonna jump up there? Like, I'm glad the Mercy abandoned the Pharah because she could have saved this Pharah. Now you're gonna kill her, good job. But even here, it's like... This probably is bad, first and first, because... Again, you're basically creating a little bit of space where maybe your soldier can play. But I don't like it. You are not planning to stay here for very long. Your idea here is, yeah, if I jump here, they just get out. So just, you have to jump to follow them and use your bubble to cut them off. And... yeah, you almost died to the Mercy, you had to jump out, use your cooldowns. This has just been not great. This has just not been great. You get Nanoth here, and this just go on the Ana. Well, what I'm saying is just go on, like... She's so free, and you are Nanoth. Go on the Ana. Stop shooting at the tanks and go on the Ana. Now you go on the Ana. But at this point your team is dead. You've created no space. And you die with Primal. Which I don't want you to use Primal, but you could have done that at some point. About here. Your entire team is coming back. If you really wanted to commit here, this could have maybe worked. You get Nano to jump in. I'm not against this, because again, if you buy enough time with Primal, your team can come back. But here you just land. And rather than just heading for the Ana and killing the Ana, this is your biggest target, you go for a target, you are not going to kill a Roadhog. Even with Nano, you are doing 90 damage a second. And this is how much damage you do with Nano. And he's got 600 HP. So it's going to take about 7 seconds to kill him. I believe that's right, because 90, then by 40, yeah, it's going to take you, 7 seconds to kill him. And out of this 90 damage per second, he's getting healed for 70 healing per second, basically, from the Ana. So you're actually only doing 20 damage per second. And he can get hit by the Mercy, which makes your negative damage, or he's got his own heal. This is the worst target you can pick. Go for the Ana, who's most of the healing. Once you remove the Ana, this 90 damage a second you can do is a little bit more meaningful. Not a lot, because again, this is not your ideal target. I would just try to kill this, then go for the Widow up here, or go for the, maybe the Monkey, who is a little bit more vulnerable than you, than the Roadhog, because Roadhog also has like a 300 HP self-heal, which just makes you shoot at him for 4 more seconds, maybe like 6, because while he's healing, you're also doing half damage. So this is the worst target. Quite literally the worst target, by the way. And you don't, like, I kind of feel like you don't know you can just walk forward. Because you don't engage on the Ana until you have your leap again. Just walk towards the Ana. Here you're just coming back after the, yeah, this is fine. Okay. Let's see, you're playing a little defensive. This is not best because again, you can't really stage from here. All you can do is jump in. I would recommend go this way, this way, this way. And from here, you can play very safe until you decide to go out. And when you decide to go out, you can either go out this way, you can go out this way, you can come all the way here and drop behind them. But this gives you one option. Jump in. That's your only option. Or jump up, I guess. Which now you don't have either of your cooldowns. You go for a Pharah who can just get away anyway. Because, you know, Pharah is pretty good on second point. Like, you're not going to kill this Pharah. Pharah's got big mobility, she's not even your target. Your targets are Ana, Widow, and maybe Mercy if you find the right moment. But probably not even Mercy. Even if you kill the Pharah, it's like... How are you going to stop the rest? How are you going to stop the rest of the team from getting value? I'm surprised your team did not die while we were just trying to kill the Pharah because, you know. Like, you end up having a 4v1 against the Pharah, and the Pharah could still have gotten away, she just didn't. It's fucked up. Okay, that aside, just station the high ground. That's the most important thing I want to come back to. Like, I said, probably not going to kill the Pharah. We do kill the Pharah, that's fine. Just station the high ground. This is an okay jump, just good job. Go and just station the high ground. Kill the Mercy. And we do win this fight. It's not entirely on you. Your diva did a lot of work following up on you. But yeah, you know what I say, like, if you do it by yourself, it's a mistake. If 4 people do it at the same time, it's a strategy. So even though I think it was the wrong call, your team followed up on it and we won. But yeah, just station the high ground if you can. That's what I'm taking for it, is just station the high ground next time. You have the time to do it. Be careful, be careful. Why did you give up the high ground? Like, there is no reason to drop. Just wait here. But if Pharah wants to shoot at you, she has to come all the way out in the open. And we got a Widow, and we got a Soldier. This is okay because you have Primal. I think you could have gotten a longer jump because, again, this Ana is not as isolated as this Widow. If you want to go on this Ana, you can get pressure. The Mercy can heal her, the Pharah can damage you. Right, if you go on this Widow, she's gonna try to get out, but now she's out of the fight. And yeah, it's gonna be very difficult to kill. And Ana, by yourself, also you didn't even use Primal, use Primal. I thought the idea was, you're going aggressive by yourself because you have Primal and you can survive. Maybe you got blown up and didn't expect to get blown up so badly. But so you wait, you have full HP, this is a good moment to engage. I see that they don't have Fook, so I have 8 seconds. You press the S key, never go back, always go a little bit further behind them. Here, Diana of course just nades herself. You are going for Diana, playing inside the bubble, there's a Roadhog on your face. Here, I would just Primal. Because I know my team is not with me, just Primal. Primal, Primal, Primal. Do that. And Diana doesn't even... Like, the Widow won this fight for us. She got 2 kills, which is really good. Which, by the way, great on your Widow, but... You could have survived. You should have Primal, I think. You can't counter your DPS winning a fight for you. And most importantly, go a little bit further. Like, if Diana's playing here, don't land here. Land behind Diana. Like, again, I would have gone for the Widow, who was even further away from the enemy, and you can cut her off with a bubble. So she gets no healing, the only chance is to get out that way, and with this bubble, you can go on Diana after if you really have to. But even if you want to go for Diana, don't land here, land here. You can control how long you go by holding W or S, and in this case you were holding S, and you landed closer to the Roadhog and closer to the Pharah than you would have if you had landed here. I'm not saying it would have made a very big difference, but you would probably have survived at least for longer, and maybe even survived, period. Not too bad taking an off angle. You have to know that you can't stay here though because they have a Roadhog mostly. Bubble is not bad. You are going... I know you want to go for this Hana. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. There's 5 people here. And again, you primal because you are basically taking a fight by yourself into the 6. The entire enemy team. And you're feeding your ultimate. So again, this flank is not bad. I don't hate it. But you have to be careful not to overextend. And you just overextended. Instead of just poking them a little bit, testing the waters and then committing, you were just like, oh, Ana, I'll just run at the Ana and get slept and get absolutely screwed. You are not going to kill this Ana, by the way. You are not going to kill this Ana. No matter how hard you try, you are just not going to kill this Ana. Yeah. There is no way you can survive. There's 6 people on you. Even if you killed, like... Let's assume you got really, like, they are really bad and they don't kill you. And you kill the Ana. And you die, because of course you're going to die. The Ana just gets rest. And you've died in a place where we can rest you. And it's just bad. It's just really bad. You are throwing this fight. And you actually almost threw the previous fight as well. The Widow came in clutch and killed 2 people. But you're throwing these fights by taking engagements. And you're just being blind. It's like you heard what I said on the first point, go for the Ana. And you were like, oh, I have to go for the Ana. But no. I mean, yes, but no in every situation. And not without your team. Okay. Again, Mercy does like 50 healing per second. You do 60 damage per second. So you're actually only doing 10 effective damage per second. Which is nothing to this Pharah. Without follow-up, you can't kill the Pharah. Even when you won the fight against the Pharah, the main reason you won that fight is because your D.Va and your soldier followed up on you. It wasn't only you. It was mostly your D.Va and your soldier. And again, you're just taking a fight by yourself. 1, 2, 3 people. Only 3 people? Only 3 people this time. Not 6, but... Why? Get out. This jump, just get out. Give your Ana more healing. Give your Mercy more healing. Or just get healed. And then we re-engage with more people. Don't go in by yourself. Because you're just dying. Every time. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? Who are you going to go on? Monkey? Again, not a great target. You don't do a lot of damage against any tank. Well, you don't do damage against tanks. Instead, go for the Widow, go for the Ana. Those are your primary targets. And it doesn't mean just jump into the middle of the enemy team to get them. It means wait for them to be isolated or force them to be isolated. This is a good location to be in. Careful about the hook. Oh, okay. Do you need to bubble? You know what? I think it's fine. Mostly because you were concerned about the hook. The way you dodge the hook is just walk inside until you have the contest. But I don't think it was terrible. Like, the idea was there. But yeah, now you don't have a bubble to engage. You're getting healed though. Don't drop behind them without information. Here you can maybe get value, but again, well, you did. Actually, this is your team. Never mind. Again, I just confused by the thingy. Never mind. This is good. Still, like, your team got value while you were out of the fight. Like right here, for example, your soldier just gets a kill on the guy and then gets another kill, and during all of this time, you are doing nothing. So your soldier, your D.Va, and your Widow are just carrying you on this fight and the previous fights as well. And this is not bad, but at this point, like, the fight's already been won. Like, yeah, you're kind of splitting the team and forcing them back, but the fight's already won. Also, don't overcommit, just come back. Okay, good. This is fine. Actually, the monkey jumps out and gets nano, which is especially good. Great kill from your D.Va. The monkey's about to jump in, so bubble him. What's this meant to accomplish exactly? I have no idea what that was for. You didn't use your bubble. Like, if you had used your bubble in the air, I would still be like, not good, just drop your bubble on the ground, but there was actually no rhyme or reason to that. Instead, if you wanted to jump, you could just jump Diana here. And this time, she doesn't have anyone to protect her. Maybe the Mercy at best. But ideally, by the time you land and do 80 damage with the land melee, the Mercy will not have noticed, or you can just bubble her off for a little bit, and she will just die before Diana survives. Peeling is okay. Take an engagement, not on the tanks please, not on the tanks please. There's literally an Ana over there by herself. And the Phalanx is coming back, but this is a free target. You see her shots. You should kill Diana. Okay, good, you got step. Let's call that one unfortunate. The idea was right. I just took you so long to do it that Diana just saw you coming. And you're just dead. You got brushed. Your soldier just absolutely killing this game. So keep in mind, the idea is go in, disrupt, survive and go out. Not just go in, do everything you can and die. Which is basically what you're doing. And the idea is go in, disrupt so that your team can come in and kill. Get out, not go in, disrupt by yourself and get out. So there's two problems with your engagements right now. The first one is that a lot of the time, you are taking engagements where your team cannot help you. Like right now. Who's gonna help you here? This is actually not too bad, but not because of the engagement, but at least so long as you don't keep pushing, you'll be fine. Like, you are basically just walking into the line of sight, while your team doesn't have line of sight on them, which is not great, but so long as you just back to your team, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You are not going to die is the most important thing. I didn't want you to hard commit on them while they were out of line of sight of your team. Which is what you've been doing. Like, a lot of time, you're just hard committing on the enemy, even when you have Primal, but if your team cannot help you, you don't do enough damage to kill them. Primal is only like, I believe, 75 damage per swing. So it's not much more damage than your normal damage. The big advantage is the disruption. And if you can isolate someone, then you can kill them by just pooping them into the wall. But the thing is, if you don't isolate them, then the entire team can just blow you up. Okay. You take the high ground, which I'm okay with. You find their monkey, just tap tap tap. Tank trading, which is what you do when this is basically tank trading, doing damage to their tanks and their tanks doing damage to you. It's not great, but it's not too bad. And you don't need it because you already have your ultimate, so it's in their favor right now. You're letting them build ultimates that they don't have, but it's not too bad. You're not gonna kill them, or at least you shouldn't kill them. Because they have healing and they just have like mini and can get out. So yeah, we can't really kill them. Your soldier's getting a lot of work on, like, where is he even playing? Your soldier just came in while this tank trading was happening and basically drew half of the enemy team away and killed one. He's getting a ton of value. But yeah, tank trading, not too bad. He dies for it, but I think we can rest that if you protect it. We don't have bubble flow. You go on Diana. This is not bad. Don't forget about Diana. I know. There's two tanks here who are trying to go on your team, but what are you going to do? Wrecking Balls, roll, and pile drive? That's damage you cannot block. Monkey's Test, a cannon, that's damage you cannot block. So just kill Diana. That's what you do here. You just kill Diana. I keep opening the chat. You just kill Diana, and by killing Diana, you win this fight for your team. You get slapped. Don't go out in the open if you're not ready to go. Like, hold on. So first thing first, you drop and you jump back, so you don't have your leap cooldown, which is not ideal. But most importantly, 3, 2, 1, and you get slapped. Do I think you could have avoided this? Yes, but I don't know. I think that's fine. Don't jump, that's one thing I will tell you. At the very least, you would have been safe. Here, you're just going to die for it. Here, at least one of their tanks would have had to commit a cooldown to killing you. Oh, you get Primal, that's good. What woke you up? Oh, the Wrecking Ball, good job. So you could have died there, we didn't, which is good for us, and you got to put Primal. But yeah, don't jump, I guess is the lesson there, but other than that, I think you did the right thing going for Diana. You can see how 75 damage is not a lot. Even to a McCree who's like not very mobile, Mercy healing the McCree is lowering your damage to like 25 damage per swing. So you need like 11 swings to kill this McCree. And on the other hand, if he stands right clicks you, he just melts you. And you end up having 84 HP. So rather than using your primal to survive, you use your primal to go very aggressive, which I'm not against. But you overstay your welcome and your team cannot help you. And again, this is basically the theme of this entire game. You are going aggressive where your team cannot help you. But you drop, use primal. Who's helping you? Right now. You're 1v123. Maybe you can argue that the Widow is trying to help you, but really she's not. And you're like, literally, 1v3 in the enemy team. And what you're gonna tell me is that, well, if I'm taking the attention of 3 people, then my team should win this fight. No. Because they got both tanks here. So their tanks can just buy time, especially at Nanood, because you invested at the whole ultimate. They can use an ultimate. Nanood Monkey is going to create a lot of space for them and not die while you're dying. And this Monkey, if he wants to get out, he can leave. Monkey jumps in. He has left. He's probably going to survive if someone woke him up. Monkey just gets out safely, I imagine. The D.Va bomb wasn't great. He's getting healed as well because he's playing in line of sight of Isana, who can heal him. I think she may just be... Yeah, she was reloading. The Monkey does die, which is, you know, good for us. Again, your team is doing pretty good at countering those. But here, you're just not getting a ton of value. And if their players had played a little more defensively, you'd just be dead. Like, the Wrecking Ball comes back, rolls through you, you're dead. And yeah, their Monkey didn't do the best thing. But if they had created space without leaping in, which is what I didn't want him to do, if he had just like Nanoed, waited here, like played with a little bit of cover, played behind the payload, push the payload, turn around, right? They can create space without just leaping in. It would have been a great time for them. And you do survive, which again, good job, but this should not have happened. Like, you getting out with 77 HP, you should have been killed. If either of the tanks had turned around, you'd be dead. And of course, did you get value? I would argue yes, but not, again, just taking engagements out of the line of sight of your team. You could have gotten a lot more value. And sometimes you got no value. And of course, you fed them 1000 HP ultimate. 1000 HP ultimate? 1000 HP of ultimate charge, sorry. Looks like I just win this actually. Chasing the Pharah is not too bad. And we got Nano, I guess we just win with Nano Visor. You're jumping in with 100 HP, guy. Do you get Nano? You don't get Nano. I think someone gets in the way of the Nano. Or do we use it on Soldier anyway? We use it on the Soldier. Okay. But you're jumping in with 108 HP. One direct, one headshot, you are dead. Even one Ana grenade or just one tap and a melee and you are dead. This is a good bubble though, like you're isolating the Ana, so good bubble. But you still have 100 HP. You are engaging with 100 HP, I'll be surprised if you don't die. And you don't die, and I'm surprised. That engagement is okay, you see the Mercy by herself, you try to kill her. and you get out because again you're okay. Even there, like she was at least by herself. You didn't go into like a 1v5 or 1v3. It was basically a 1v1, and then the Pharah made it a 1v2, but it's not that bad. Let's ban that. But yeah, your DPS are doing really good, and your Diva as well. And you're just not getting as much value as you could. And some fights you're just getting no value. I just want you to think, stop engaging. Like your engagements have been pretty bad. You are engaging by yourself. So biggest problem. Try to engage where your team can see you. Like think of where your team can help you. Even if you have long range DPS who cannot come with you, just try to dive like here, where they can see you and help you. Where your Ana can heal you. Not over there where they cannot. Also, don't jump in with 100 HP because you will die 90% of the time. Especially as you climb up, people will punch those because you no longer have a cooldown. So one of the tanks will just come back and kill you. Or one of the tanks will come back to prevent you from going back to your team, and then the team kills you. Or primaling into the backline with like 6 people on top of you, or 5 people, or 4 people, or even 3 people on top of you. If your team can use a disruption, that's good. But if you are all the way back here and your team is all the way back here, so you primaled here and your team was here. How are they going to use any of that? We got lucky that their tanks just jumped in by themselves while you were distracting 3 people, but if they had just turned around or played safe and not died, we would have lost the fight. We would have just been melted. And when you try to jump to your team, the Breaking Ball just rolls at you and kills you with a... You had 70 HP, so just roll through melee, that's 80, for example. Other than that, you're not too bad. Stage a little bit more. Don't give up the high ground for free, because then you have to use a cooldown to retake it. And prioritize the Ana or the Widow, or McCree in this case. But don't do it so at the expense of, I'm too far away from my team to help, or I'm engaging someone who's like with 3 other team members. Because I think those are the biggest things here. And with Rein, we've gone over the Rein things. Monkey, you are not a bad monkey, but your engagements in particular needs help. Okay. Alright, let's call it there for today. I'm going to come back on Thursday. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good day, and I see you guys later.